Hello guys, I'm here with Kwey B, Brian, Kweku, Dane, all of that. What's good, bro?
What's up, man? How you feeling?
Feeling good. Today's video is sponsored by Loom.
Drink some Loom. You tired of your baby mom? Drink some Loom. You tired of your mom? Drink some Loom. You tired of going to school every single day? You tired of your boss telling you what to do all day? Drink some Loom.
Energy drink. Get your energy drink. You guys are probably wondering how I even got this interview or why we are here. Introduce yourself.
It's your boy Kwey B, aka Kwey B Sinatra, leader of the KBK community. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Yeah, man. From the DMV area, from Maryland. You know, hail from West Africa, parents, first generation American. Yeah, out here living in LA. I don't know if you guys can see the Hollywood sign behind me, but you know, we're getting as much sun as possible. We came back from Six Flags. It's kind of turned. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we about to 6 rides. Crazy. We're probably gonna get into it today, but yeah, that's me.
Yeah, Brian is my cousin, or Kwey B is my cousin. That's how we know each other. Our parents are related. His mother is my mom's older sister. And when I first moved to the U.S., he was pretty much like the guy I was looking up to. He was taking me everywhere, showing me around. And it kind of leads into the first question that I wanted to ask him about, like, what inspired you? Because LA is pretty big. Like, and you told me before you moved to LA, you had visited here like three times or 2 times, and you said it just felt right for you to just come out here. And in the African community, it's not common for you to like get up and leave like that. So like, what like motivated you, and like how did you even gather the courage to even get up, pack all his stuff, by the way, ship here and move here?
Man, well, first and foremost, appreciate you for having me on your channel and interviewing me and being the first person to be interviewed by KO. You know, this is crazy, man. I'm honored.
Thank you.
But yeah, man, I mean, you know, back when I was in school, I was doing a lot of skits, and you know, back then I was just doing it for fun. I didn't really think about blowing up on social media and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, the influence and the reason why I decided to move to LA was better opportunity for what I was doing, you know, when it came to social media entertainment. And like you mentioned before, I took 2 trips. Every single trip I came back home depressed, bruh. I was like, man, there's a ceiling. The thing is, I love where I'm from, but there's a ceiling as far as like how far you want to take your creativity and your career, as far as, you know, in anything. So, you know, me and my dog Nick, that's behind the camcorder camera right now, we just devised a plan. Was just like, man, look, we did all we could in Maryland. It's time to, you know, take that leap of faith. And you know, he actually came out here about a few months before me. I think it was like June, and then I followed suit in October. And you know, as soon as we touched down, we just hit the ground running, man.
Yeah, I remember when he was about to move, it was kind of crazy. Like, he was telling me, yeah, bro, I'm gonna move to LA, because this is when I had originally first came to the US, like in 2018, and he left like 2019, right? Yeah,
October 2019.
October 2019. So when I first came here in like September, he and I used to hang out a lot. We would go get Bam Bam Shrimp, Bonefish Grill, on every Wednesday. And he would come to town on like the weekends, and sometimes like on holidays, he would just pop up and like stay there. And yeah, and when he told me he was gonna move to LA, I was like, bro, you sure? How? Because to me, it's a big leap. And also, he told his parents were not with the African parents. You can't convince them about anything. And he wasn't just moving to LA. He told his parents he was moving to LA to pursue music at that point. His parents thought he was crazy. His parents thought he was insane. Like, his mom insulted him. Like I was there. I saw it. His mom told him all kinds of insults. But I used to sit back and watch him. I'm like, bro, in like the corner, I'd be like, bro, I really hope this works out. Like, I don't know what you're gonna go do out there. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I really hope that whatever like you're about to go do out there, like, it really works out. And when he first moved out here, he was living in a different apartment, and something happened. And right when he moved here, also the pandemic hit, And yeah, talk about the things you were going through during the pandemic.
Oh man, where do I start? So yeah, I moved out here to LA October 2019, and that was 6 months before the pandemic. When we moved out here, we were just having everything in motion, man. We were just doing everything, doing photo shoots. We were shooting music videos and, just hitting the ground running, doing skits.
Had one skit that he had shot.
Yeah, man, doing skits. And pandemic hit March 2020. And it's a funny story about that because I remember going back home for my birthday.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then I flew back, and literally the next day, the whole world went into a shutdown, which was fucking crazy. Now, during that time was tough, man, because, I became complacent. You know what I'm saying? Was fucking broke. Shout out to this guy right here because he was really looking out for niggas. He could have been like, nah, and not look out and I'd be on fucking Skid Row somewhere. But, we thugged that shit out. The pandemic made me realize that, man, no matter what crisis, you can't let any crisis go to waste, bro. And that was the time to lock in. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for the pandemic, you wouldn't have, influencers like Drewski and Desi Banks killing it right now, right? So, yeah, that period was, it was tough. I'm sure it was tough for a lot of people, man. But it was an eye-opening experience. It made me realize that, complacency is if you ain't growing, you're dying.
Really?
And if you're not moving,
you're stagnant.
Exactly. So, took that, learned from that situation, and then I knew exactly what I needed to do if anything would occur like that, or just being consistent and going outside. And so, in result of that, I just been getting really dope opportunities. Just got done doing a paintball tournament with DDG, J Cinco, Silky, Almighty J.
Woo-wop, shout out Woo-wop.
Shout out Woo-wop, shout out to Dub. Shout out to Chino for throwing a really dope event as well. I would show you on my knees, but that would be kind of, you might get a flag and copyrighted on YouTube. But yeah, man, just that during that time period made me realize I just need to put in that work and just be more outside. I can't be in the crib like I was before. So, yeah.
Yeah, during that period of time, he would call me, and he had this African friends he used to go play soccer with. And he would call me and I'd be like, yo, bro, where you at? He'd be like, I'm playing soccer. And I'm like, all right, dope. And when the pandemic hit, calling him and looking from the outside, I could tell he was going through it. This man used to be in darkness, literally in darkness. And I'd be like, yo, bro, you good? He's like, bro, I'm going through it, bro. And when he first moved here, he didn't get a job. And I was telling him, I was like, bro, you should get a job. He was like, nah, bro, I'm chilling. Because he had saved up to move here. And he didn't realize that the money was gonna run out eventually. The money was gonna just finish because you're blowing it. And I remember it was kind of funny, but it was kind of serious. But looking back now, it's funny now, but back then it wasn't so funny. It was a very serious situation. And I used to tell him, bro, you might have to move back, dog. You might have to move. And to pat him on his back, he stuck it out. He stuck it out, and that was fresh. He didn't come back. He stayed there, stuck it out, do whatever he had to do, which we might talk about, whatever he was doing during that period to make money. But did whatever he had to do and came back. And that is kind of what inspired me, to be honest. He inspired me to join the military. Watching him take that leap and, do something extremely different. Because, bro, African parents, you just go to school, graduate, go to college, study something super major, architect, lawyer, doctor. You can't do nothing. But he went to school he's an architect. He went to school for architecture. So if you're out there and you want some architecture advice, hit him up. He has a bachelor's. Went to University of Maryland. Morgan State. HBCU alumni. So tap in. But yeah, he encouraged me to join the military when everyone told me not to join it. And it was really inspiring, just seeing him come out here and do it. I was like, dog, I might have to leave and join the military. And I'm really glad that I did it. And I'm really glad that he did it. Because, bro, we in LA right now. Hollywood is right behind us. If he didn't come here, I probably wouldn't be here right now. I don't even know if I would have joined the military, because following his footsteps of doing something completely different and actually make it. Like, it's pretty interesting. Talk about like what you thought, like when I told you about military and like all of that stuff.
When he said he was considering going into the military, honestly, I didn't think he was gonna go through it, cause you know how these recruiters be, man. They be on your ass, but you know some people don't be following through with it. But I knew it was serious when he was like, "Yo, like I'm about to actually go to training," and I was like, "Oh, damn, you really about to do this?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Bruh, go for it." I think that's what I said. I said, "Go for it. If it feels right, intuitively." You know, nobody can tell you not to do it, you know? And like you said earlier, having African parents, they think one-dimensionally. They think the only way you can be successful is you get a degree as a lawyer or engineer, or architect, or a doctor. They don't know in this age, in this time period, you literally can make money and not even lift a finger. The only thing, you got people making millions of dollars through their phone. It's unbelievable. And then next, you know, in the next 20, 30 years, people don't probably not even have to get out their bed and make money. So, yeah, the thing is with African parents, you can't really convince them. You got to show them, you know. You got to let them. It's one thing to say one thing. It's another thing to do. So, you know, obviously our parents, you know, are still going to think, you know, oh, yeah, they're going to think what they want to think. But, you know, but yeah, when he took that leap of faith, I was like, man, I'm proud of him. And, you know, it turned out for the better, you know. He's only been in America for like, what?
7 years this year.
7 years, and he's already explored more places than I have. And I'm fucking 31 years old. It's crazy. You know, he's telling me his experience and stuff like that, and I'm low-key getting jealous because I'm like, damn, he's out here traveling. I'm sitting on my ass. I got to get to it. So I think we feed off of each other.
Extremely.
And, you know, he's not like your typical 22-year-old, you know. He's been level-headed. He's mature for his age. Like, I'd be amazed, even the conversations that we have, like, I don't see any other 22-year-old having the type of conversations that we have. We talk about literally everything from, like, mentally, spiritually, what's going on in the world physically, and, yeah, our mindset as far as what we want to do in the future. So, yeah, I'm proud of this guy, for real.
Yeah, he and I really hit it off, like, right when we met. The thing that really brought he and I together was music. At that time, he was making music under the name Kwey B. Shout out Kwey B. Go check out the music. Kwey B, Spotify, Kwey B everywhere, Apple Music, all of that. And yeah.
He's telling me to drop hella music.
He has hella music in the vault. He doesn't want to drop, but soon to come, maybe one day. But yeah, we connected through music because we just used to talk every day. Like when he would come home on the weekends, we could talk to like 12 a.m. Literally, like we would just be there and we would just be talking, and it was just different because with the mindset that I have, sometimes I can't have a conversation with like people my age because they're just not there yet. Not to disrespect anybody or say I'm better than anybody. Like some conversations is just hard to have with other people my age because they just don't see it. And back when I was like 17, 16, I was having a conversation with him, and like I was like, man, like we are very much alike. Like we're into the same things. Like we're into music, fashion. Like I'll send him music, he would send me music. Like he just put me onto this new artist called Lilo from Michigan, Detroit, right? And he just put me on, and we always like putting each other on onto like different things. And he's very open-minded too, super open-minded. You can have any conversation with him, and it leads me to my next question of like what like motivates you to like keep going every day, because like you made it to LA, like you made it here, like, but I feel like with everything in life, making it there is the easy part, continuing is the hard part. So like what like motivates you like to keep going every day and like just like to become better and like whatever, like whether it's content creation, you are yourself as an individual, like spirituality, like what like motivates you every day to wake up?
What motivates me every single day, just remembering why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, I came out here to LA for a reason, is to, you know, be one of the best content creators out there. And, you know, in a city like this, it's really easy to get distracted. You know, some people may come out here and be like, man, I'm about to take over LA, and then this whole fucking LA swallow you up. Next thing you know, you're out there partying your ass off.
Homeless.
You know what I'm saying? In some cases, people come out here with a dream and they end up homeless. And, you know, it happens to the best of us, you know? And that's the price of, you know, making a sacrifice and trying to be a better person and try to pursue whatever you want to pursue, you're going to go through them tough periods. Some people, they end up on top and it works out. And some people, they end up folding and they at the point of no return. You want to see a perfect example of that? Go to Skid Row. You know, that's another thing that motivates me too. Like seeing those individuals out there and, you know, in them tents, and I'm like, damn, I don't want to be here. So, ever. But it is a risk. You know, a lot of people like to show a lifestyle online to say that, you know, oh, I'm doing this, that, and the third. But, you know, there's a small select few that are people that are actually doing it. And that road is hard, bruh. Like, I remember before I moved to LA, told my dad, he said, well, you're a grown-ass man. Like, don't ask me for nothing when you go out there. You better figure that out. Told my mom, you know, she tried to say everything to discourage me to go. Like,
shout out auntie though.
Shout out to her. Shout out to my mom for sure. I love her to death. But yeah, she was trying to discourage me not to go. You know, she was saying that, you know, a lot of people get strung out on drugs over there. People go out there for the same reason you are. They don't make it, and this, that, and the third.
His mom is super religious, by the way, like super religious and like super like God and like all of that stuff.
Hardcore Christian, bro. Hardcore. You know, you can't go through 2 minutes without a conversation without her mentioning the Bible. But God bless her soul. I need her prayers and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, she was just, you know, telling me. But that's the thing about having your own vision. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to make sense to other people. As long as it makes sense to you, that's all that truly matters, right? And then if they don't see it, you know what I'm saying, don't let them discourage you, because you don't want to grow up to be resentful to the people that told you that you can't do it.
Remember what Mr. Charles said when he was about to move out?
What'd you say?
I remember when he was about to leave Maryland, we used to go to Mr. Charles' house, 604, right across the street.
Shout out to Mr. Charles.
Shout out Hillary, shout out Heidi, shout out Haley, Alea, Gina, all of you guys.
Shout out Uncle Charles for sure.
Uncle Charles. And Brian told him, I want to move to LA. And he was like, it's a crazy idea. I remember I was standing right there. He was like, it's a crazy idea, but I think you should do it, because I would rather you do it now. And even if you feel and you regret it, you're like, yeah, I did it and it didn't go well and I came back. Rather than you being 40, I think you said 45 or 41, and looking back and like, man, we have a kid now, you have a wife, and like sitting there like, man, I should have gone to LA when I had the chance. So, yeah.
Yeah, just go ahead and do it, man. Like, I think Nike has one of the best slogans for their campaigns, which is just do it.
Show them the Nike, man.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I got the Nike shocks, bro. You know the fucking drip. Should we do a drip check, bro?
Afterwards, we'll do
all right, we'll do a drip check after, because, you know, I'm fly as a motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? No cap. I'm saying the most handsome chocolate nigga you've ever seen, nigga. But, yeah, so if you guys have a vision in mind, man, it's not going to make sense to you well, it should make sense to you. You should have a clear vision of what you want to do. But for a good majority of you pursuing your dreams or whatever you want to pursue, you're going to be doing it alone. And then once you continue doing it, the right people are going to fall into place, right? And, you know, next thing you know, the people that didn't believe are going to end up trying to come back and saying, oh, man, I'm proud of you, all this, that, and the third. But, you know, that should motivate you. That shouldn't be a means to end, because I've seen it too many times. I have people tell me, like, man, that's crazy that you live in L.A., bro. I wish I can do it. I'm like, you can. What's stopping you? Oh, I got kids. I'm like, that's not an excuse, because I met people out here that were just like, nah, my kids are about to come to L.A. with me to pursue the shit. So there's literally no excuse, right? But, you know, people typically make excuses. If you really have the fire and the desire to do whatever you want to do, it don't matter what obstacles in your way, you're going to find a way to do it. So,
yeah, and to speak on that a little bit, yeah, dreams and aspirations are what keeps us alive. A person with no dreams has nothing in life, because life is about doing what you want and like actually pursuing something. And to continue on what he was doing, what he was saying, actually go out there and chase your dreams. Like, you might talk to somebody, they might tell you, yo, you shouldn't do that. That person is not you. Like, people project their fears on you. Just because you're saying, oh, you want to pursue culinary, you want to go to a culinary school, you want to pursue cosmetology as a man, and they're telling you, oh, no, men don't do that. Like, who is someone else to tell you what you should do with your life? With your life, remember that, with your life. Your life that you're living, not anybody else. So whatever aspiration and dream that you have, go out there and do it. Attempt it and fail. Fail. And then find something else to do if you don't want to fail again. But attempt it and then fail. But to speak on LA, how do you stay out of, the bubble? Because it's very easy to come here and get distracted. As we have conversations all the time, and sometimes I'll call him and he tell me, oh yeah, I'm here, I'm at this party, or I'm at this gathering or whatever. Like, how do you not get caught up in like that little like social bubble of like trying to fit in and like being different and doing your own thing? Because this is Sin City at the end of the day. People come here and sell their souls, figuratively and literally. So how do you stay out of there trying to fit in and just still being yourself and still being the same Brian that we all know?
That's a good question. A plan. You know what I'm saying? What is your plan? If your plan is to come out here to LA and party all the time, you're going to get what you want, but you're going to realize real fast that this shit gets old. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to end up being in a crowd that you didn't see yourself being in. You're going to be doing stupid shit. Yeah, just having a plan, bro, and being very calculated as far as, what I'm going to be involving myself with. Right? It's not a problem to go to a gathering every once in a while, because at the same time, you don't know who you're going to meet at that gathering. You know what I'm saying? You may be talking to somebody completely random, and you do a little bit of research. Oh, damn, I was just talking to a manager for fucking Travis Scott or something, So, but one thing I did realize after I've been outside, this past year is just, be reliable. When you're connecting to somebody and you're exchanging information, just be reliable. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get your foot through the door. Right, you want to be, when somebody mentions something and they need something done, you want to be that individual, the first person that comes into their mind. Oh, he's able to do this, she's able to do that. Right, that's one thing. And then number two, just, execute. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever you're doing, just execute and then over-deliver for people. Because once you over-deliver, the best marketing is word of mouth. People are going to say, yeah, you should work with this guy. And, as big as LA is low-key small in network aspect, right? Everybody knows everybody out here, some way, form, and fashion. If they know you, they connected to somebody that does know you or something, right? So, yeah, man, it's just hit the ground running, bro. That's be intentional with the things that you're doing. Like I said, it's very easy to get distracted out here, and one moment you're going to these parties, the next moment you're fucking on the street with just 2 pieces of clothing. And then you got to figure out to get yourself back up. But that's all a part of the journey. I see everything that happens to me in my life, I see it as a stepping stone, right? Because I remember watching a video. I'm going to see if I can find it and send it to you. This guy was saying, like, if you have a goal in mind, God is not going to show you the end result. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to show you the end. Well, what did he say? Oh, if you have a goal, right? He's not going to show you the process, because if he throws all those obstacles at you and you see all the obstacles you need to go through before you get to there, you're not even going to attempt to do it anymore, right? So, yeah, man, just know exactly what you want as far as your vision and just keep going. Even when you're going through hell, just keep going. It's all building up courage and it's all building up resiliency for you to actually achieve it. And when you do achieve it, it's going to feel a lot more sweeter, because how hard you got to, pause. How hard you got to, achieving what you needed to achieve, and it'll be well deserved. So, yeah, man.
Yeah. You got to go there and achieve. And to speak of achieving, I think he just hit 60,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah, about to approach.
He's approaching
60,000 subscribers on YouTube. About to approach 200K
on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm about to hit 60,000 subscribers on YouTube at Kwey B. TikTok is about to approach, I think, 63,000. And then Instagram is about to hit 200K. What else? Facebook is at 150. Twitch. We're still building that up right now. I think I'm approaching 1,000 followers, but best believe, Yeah, the KBK. You know, Kwey B's Kingdom, where everybody here is a king and queen. But best believe if we run this interview back next year, you know what I'm saying, we might have to be in the penthouse balcony or something, you know, or in the garage with the Urus and the McLaren and shit like that. You feel me? But yeah, man, we just building, bro. We just building everything brick by brick, and you know, not letting our foot off the gas, man. Just being consistent.
Yeah, and for those who don't know how he even got into like social media and like stuff like that, he used to do Vine. That's where all of that boy if you don't get came from. He was actually pretty popular on Vine, and I used to watch his videos. I probably watched all of his compilations over and over again. Brian Blackass was the Vine name. Brian Blackass was the Vine name. I'm tapped in, bro. I'm super tapped in. But yeah, Brian Blackass was his Vine, and that's how he got into content creation. And speak on content creation, what is your, not necessarily, not to give off your like your sauce, but like what is like the formula that like you were using? Because like, as you all know, we're in the content creation age. Everyone wants to be a Twitch streamer, everyone wants to be a YouTube streamer, everyone wants to be Instagram famous. Like, what sets you apart from like all of the other like YouTubers? And like, cause he had a YouTube and then he stopped to go do other things and like do other things, but he came back and he's garnered like a good like community behind him in like what, the past year? I think it's almost been a year now. Yeah. I used to watch his YouTube where he had like 2.8K subscribers. Now he's almost at 60,000 subscribers. So like, what do you think sets you apart from like other YouTubers or like other people that are making content right now? And like, where do you see yourself taking it in the next, let's say, 2 years?
That's a good question. What separates myself is that, you know, I mean, my content is still being used to this day, right? For example, like, you know, boy, if you don't get it, it's still something that people use and say, and it's a part of the vocabulary till this day, until possibly maybe even forever.
The culture right here.
You know, so yeah, I mean, my work does the speaking for itself, man. Like, I made that Vine over 10 years ago. I think it was 11 now. It was June of 2014 maybe or something like that. And the fact that people, I can go around, if you guys see my content on Instagram, going around asking people if they recognize me, and then seeing their reactions, and them telling me that, like, bro, you're the GOAT. Like, you don't even know how much you inspire me. Like, I used to watch your Vines all the time, and the fact that I still use your face and your gifts in my group chat till this day, that's a blessing in itself. So, I mean, that work speaks for itself. I don't even need to speak on that. Y'all can just do y'all research. Y'all know what's up with me. As far as where I want to take it in 2 years, man, I just want to, you know, make Kwey B a household name, bruh. You know, I want people, you know, every single time they mention the name Kwey B or anybody thinks about the name Kwey B, they think, yo, this man's the littest content creator out there, you know. I look at people like Drewski, Kai Sinat, and I Show Speed, you know, all those people, and you know, I start to think like, you know, I don't get jealous at all. I get motivated. You know what I'm saying? I think that's dope as fuck for those guys to, you know, do the things that they're doing. And me, myself, I'm thinking like, damn, I think I can do that too, and possibly even bigger. So, yeah, the next 2 years, streaming gonna be popping, skin still gonna be popping, drip still gonna be dripping. You know what I'm saying? Still gonna be on some fly shit, still gonna be on some real shit, you know. But, you know, I want to take this worldwide, you know. I have an Instagram page called KBK Worldwide.
Shout out all this socials.
Yeah, so Kwey B, Instagram, Kwey B, KweyB, YouTube, KweyB, my Twitch, twitch.tv/KweyBK, Facebook, KweyB as well. And you can also follow my other pages like Kwey B Memes, KBK Worldwide, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the vision. I want to take KBK international, bro. I see myself, you know, selling out arenas, whether it's doing comedy, whether it's doing music, or whether it's doing all of the above at the same time on one show, you know? But yeah, those are my socials. Y'all can tap in with me. Yeah.
All right. Just last question to wrap up the interview. What advice, if you were to go back to 5 years ago, Brian, or 6 years ago, Brian, what advice would you give to him? And like, how would you encourage him or tell him what to do in order for him to speed up the process a little bit?
If I were to go back and talk to like my younger self from 5 years,
5 years.
I would say like, I'll keep it real with him, bro. I would be like, yo, you gonna fail, bro. To really test to see if he's really about this shit, I would be like, yo, you gonna fail. But I don't want to reveal too much, but trust and believe. You keep this shit going, bro, the lifestyle you gonna live is gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell you too much. I don't want to get your hopes up too much. I want you to experience it when the time comes. But yeah, you gonna fail, bro. You're gonna get knocked on your ass sometimes. But as long as you keep going, bruh, those stuff that knocks you off your pivot is nothing gonna be compared to all the accolades and the opulence you're gonna be living in the future. So yeah, man, just keep going, fail forward, and you're gonna see the end result. And you're gonna be really satisfied with how far you came. So
all right, y'all heard it here. Failure, you are gonna fail. You are gonna fail a lot. But so keep going, never give up. It sounds so cliche, but truly, military has taught me never give up. Can't give up. You got to keep going. Motivate yourself. Have something that every day when you wake up, like you aspire to do, and set micro goals. Sometimes we set big goals and that's how you lose. Like, set every little goal, like set something. Be realistic about it too. Don't be unrealistic. Set realistic goals, realistic micro goals, and actually achieve these little micro goals. That's what is going to encourage you more and more every day to really go out there and achieve these things. But before we leave, we want to do a quick fit check and break down the fit. So you go ahead first.
yeah, man. So he told me we were gonna go to Six Flags today. So I want to do something very calm, but still stun these bitch ass niggas. Yeah, man. I just got a regular little Casio watch. That cost me about probably $50. Nothing too crazy. Regular T-shirt from 32 Degrees. I wore this because it's mad breathable. Mad comfortable. These pants right here, I got it from ASOS. I believe the pants is from a brand called Jaded or something like that. Real simple, real calm. And then these are Hood Classics right here. Got the Nike Shocks. I've always wanted a pair of these shoes, man. And me seeing Kendrick Lamar wearing these shoes kind of sparked that, influence again. So yeah, I got a pair of these Shocks. I got the black and red, and I also got the I think it was the orange, red. Yeah, the orange, yellow, and black.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And then as far as the socks, just regular black socks. I should have wore my Ethica socks, man. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Ethica for the care package.
Shout out Ethica.
And then I got the Ethica dad cap right here, man. This is my favorite cap right here. Funny story, this cap was the reason why I was able to get into the Kanye West Grammy after party.
The little things matter.
Yeah, man. One of the guys noticed the hat. He said he liked the hat. And the guy was controlling VIP or whatever. He liked the hat. He was like, you know what? Just come on in. Went in, had a blast. So, yeah, let's talk about your fit, bro.
For the fit, I'm very much into vintage clothing. For the fit, Alaska Superwash shirt, old as hell. Shorts I thrifted. I have no idea what they are. They are just like really short. It's like good for hiking because we're hiking while we're out here. And these shoes I was looking for the longest time. Adidas Radlander Equipments.
That's fly. That's hard.
I've been looking for them for the longest time, and finally found a guy on eBay, and I lowballed them for $125 for these, and they're going for almost $300 on StockX. So shout out dude on eBay. Oh, and Champion Socks. Champion, please sponsor me. Please sponsor me. And today's sponsor of our video is
Drink Loom.
Drink Loom. Drink some Loom. thank you, Loom, for sponsoring. Go get your Loom. Get you it's a good energy drink, a lot of flavors, and thank you very much for sponsoring this video. And yeah, thanks very much for watching.
You gotta talk about the hat too.
And the hat, thrifted hat. I don't even know what that is. I had a tissue on my hat, but thrifted hat, 1995 racing hat. I got it from like a car meet. I get clothes from the most random places. And yeah, that is a fit for today. And thank you, Brian.
Appreciate
for doing this interview with me.
For having me, bro.
I really appreciate it. And thanks for watching. This is the first episode of many. I'm gonna start doing this with random people, celebrities, whoever I get my hands on, do an interview with them. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Shout out to Loom. You may be asking, what is Loom? It's juice from the future. We love juice and we love our bodies. Loom strikes the balance between enjoyment and health. Indulge while being mindful of your well-being. With less sugar and fewer calories, it's the refreshing choice for those who want the best of both worlds, bro. 35 calories. Shout out to Loom. Make sure y'all get you a case. And look, I'm about to bless y'all. If you do decide to go and drink some Loom, I'm gonna hook y'all up with a little discount code. If you want 20% off of your purchase of the Loom drink, all you gotta do is put KweyB 20. That's KweyB 20 for 20% discount. Now, and they have different flavors too, man. Right here, they got the Aurora Orange, which I have in my hand right now. We have Beyond Apple, and then we have the Cosmic Candy Grape. If you guys want a little spark of energy, a little bit of juice that gets your day going, make sure you head over to drinkloom.com and purchase your variety pack. Purchase 1, purchase 2, purchase 20, purchase 100. You know, ready to be geeked on Loom.